Right, guys, we've got about 5 inches of snow outside. You can probably see the reflection coming in. It's all white outside. And it's forecast snow for the next, after today, which is going to be, it's now sunny. So it's beautiful outside. You can't get any better than that when it's snow and blue sky, sunshine. You can sit out in the snow and, you know, anyone who's ever been skiing, you get the après ski at the bottom of the slopes, and everyone's sunbathing there. It's like that, and it's not cold. To the feel, you know, if you're wrapped up in that, you just get the sun, and people get tans in the snow and everything. It's really nice. No, it's not like a UK winter where it's miserable. On which note, I've been looking at. My friend sent me a link to a property thing in Sicily, buying property, which I won't do, because I wouldn't use it, and I think maybe the council charges and that are quite. If you're going to pay them year round, even when the place is empty, it just doesn't make any sense. Not for me, anyway. Because I would only go for 2 months, which, coming on to, they've got lots and lots of rental properties on this website. So if anyone's interested in a snowbird destination where you need some decent weather, it's not mega hot weather, but it's like decent weather, 15 degrees in the daytime, average. That's the average in January, February. So for a cost point of view, wouldn't be any. And these places are going because they have seasonal workers, so it's ideal because they're empty during the winter and they've got them on short lets per month, and you can get them for like $250 a month, $300 a month. So I mean, if anyone's looking for a winter getaway for a couple of months, from a purely, for me, it'd be for a purely weather point of view. But I don't mind the cold anyway, so it wouldn't really matter for me, and it wouldn't save me any money by going there on heating or anything else. Because the only extra cost I've got in the winter here, apart from anything else, is heating, which I don't pay in the summer. Nothing. So it's not a cost thing, and I wouldn't pay €250 extra here a month to heat the place. To roasting temperatures. So it would only be if I wanted to escape the cold and the misery of the winter, which people do in the UK. So if anyone's watching and they want a winter destination, and it's very, very affordable, and they've got these long, cheap lets all over Sicily, so it would be a fantastic destination. I might even go for a month, maybe this year. Who knows? I'll see what it's like in January. I'll get a feel for the place, and if I like it, I might go mid-February to mid-March, just for purely that break. If I can get a place for a month for €250, €300, and that's reasonable, Depends what's included as well. I could find out actually, and I could have a look while I'm there. That would be a good idea for someone, anyone, to go first and have a look. Get one lined up maybe for the year after, or something like that. Fantastic. Because I've been looking at I was looking at Vietnam, but it's not. He's not saving anything really, and I don't know really whether I'd like it. And you've got to go for like 3 months. If you're gonna go, you've got to go for it, because you can't. The flight's so expensive and so long that, like, if you're gonna go, you've got to go, and then, you know, stay there for like whatever you've decided, like 2 3 months. So I put that kind of put me off a little bit, and I don't know whether I'd like it for 3 months because I like it here, cold or not. So, and the other one, which I would consider, is for a holiday as well, which I've been looking at, is Mauritius, and I'd like to go there anyway, just to go and see what it's like, and I might go in the summer. So we'll see. But their destinations, like, and like Sicily, and it looks reasonable. The food is fantastic, by the look of it. The food's good and reasonable, and $250 a month. So if anyone's interested in a snowbird place, and Malta's worth considering as well. But Sicily looks better, to me anyway. Malta's packed. It's very densely populated. So that would be it'd be an idea, and say like there was a few people interested and crossing over into the summer. Say from March till April. April's quite warm over there. If you don't like it baking hot, and you could say, right, I'll get this place for 2 months, and I'll have it for March, and if someone wants it for April, you could do it like that. And most of them are available till the end of May. These short lets, when the season starts, usually around just after Easter or Easter. So that's an idea, and like these things just keep coming up. If you look around and investigate stuff, Sicily's just come on the radar. Boom, bang, like Albania. That's if I want to go on holiday, proper holiday. Albania's a good place to go. Or even, well, if you want a beach holiday, look no further than Bulgaria. You wouldn't have to go anywhere, really, unless you wanted a change of ambience, change of scenery. But for a winter destination, that looks the place to go. You can get the winter sun in Tenerife, but you've got people shouting at you there. Go home. Don't think they're doing that in Sicily yet. So it'd be nice, and the Italian, the Italian vibe. Everyone's well dressed and that, aren't they? In Italy, irritatingly like cool. From what I've only been through a few times, and like very classy people, and dress wise, especially up in the north around Milano and all that. And I was only stopping at petrol stations. All the petrol station workers were like film stars. And you're like, how did he manage that every day? And even if they're a bit ragged, they still got it. They've still got the see these like Italian managers, and they're either one way or the other. But they're all like fashionable in one way or the other, shabby chic, or like immaculate. It doesn't matter how they do it. They just do it. The Italians, irritating, and you see them. I've seen lines in airports, and all you'd have to do is look at the line, and it's going to Italy. Because you got all these like film stars looking people, and they're just the ordinary people. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they are in what's his name actually, Sicily, because that's a bit more rural. But I'll bet you they're all Gucci'd up there as well. We'll see. I've seen a few of the buskers, and they're like like film stars sitting in the square, and they're in all this gear, just on these travel shows, playing these instruments with the guitar with the big, it's like an Arabian guitar kind of thing, Zillow or whatever they call it. And so that's a place if you want to, worth having a look. If you want winter sun, forget about Spain. I know all that. I've said that for years anyway. Spain, and it can be looks a bit colder in Spain actually. And when I was around Gibraltar, it used to get a bit colder there from the Atlantic. But Sicily looks warm. It doesn't go below about 16. 15, 16, average. So it's worth a look. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to have a white Christmas here. It's forecast snow the next 3 days. So that's the Christmas, and we can have little warm pockets over the Christmas period, and I think we've just had it last week. It's quite warm last week, but so we'll see what happens anyway. But so on a cost point of view, for me anyway, it wouldn't be worth going over there just to save money on heating or anything like that. And I can always up the heating here. I don't get cold anyway. I don't do without. No chance. I keep it as hot as I want it to be. And if I want it tropical, it's tropical. So that's how it is. So yeah, take a look. And like going away as well. That's actually a good road trip destination for us in the winter, because it's dangerous around here, especially where we go in the mountains, and it's dangerous. You don't want to be driving about in the snow and the ice, especially the ice. Up in the mountains. You want to avoid them places. Really. There's lots of people going there. Fresh graves and you see the fresh gravestones on the roadside after every winter. And I said in the last video, every time I go to town, you see cars. And I saw two the other day who'd hit a patch of ice, caved into a lamppost. Yeah, and I always wondered why it was where they hit the lamppost, and that's because that's where you stop. if you're on a sheet of ice, you're going to stop with the first thing you hit, which is normally on the street, a lamppost, isn't it? And you keep going till you get to the lamppost. But yeah, so that's BG as we are now. And like what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a frugal think about everything. And I've got a few things I want to stock up on. And I just got a load of the toilet rolls and that, and there's an offer on actually. I think it's now for the kitchen towels. So I might get another toilet rolls, because I like being stocked up, not because there's any like pandemics or anything like that. I'd do it anyway, so I won't be in the queue when there is one. That's what proper preppers do. They're not the ones that they got the blame last time when everyone's ransacking these places. The preppers are already prepped. That wasn't preppers, they're panickers. When they all go together and they're all like fighting and like beating each other up over toilet rolls and that, and calling each other names, they're not preppers. The preppers are at home because they're prepped. That's the idea. So I'm going to get a load of preps, because like I keep going through all the stuff faster than I think. Like all the tins of beans, and I only eat certain tin foods which is beans. I get jars of peas because they're more effective here. And you get a jar, you get a free jar, don't you? And they're the right size jar if you're making anything. And you want to, or you want to pickle stuff or all that. They're just right, 600 grams, I think, 600 ml or whatever it is. And I get the peas. I get tins of chopped tomatoes. I've always got them, but I'm going through them rapid more than I'd like to be prepped up. So I'm gonna have a stocking up type. I've just done a load of stocking up on spices, and I had a spice sort out, and I put all my curries together and all it. I sorted everything out, and I'll get more spices. More. I'm going through paprika, because I'm putting that in most things now. The chili con carne, I'm putting it in almost everything, even the curry. You know, a bit of paprika doesn't do any harm. And the goulash, which I'm into at the moment, and I realised all of a sudden the paprika's like way down, so I'm gonna stock up big time on there. I've just got a ton of paprika, but even that, just in the last 2 weeks, as like, you know, I've used a couple of maybe 3 sachets. So you go through this stuff, and if you're going to use it, buy it as much as you can, for as long as it'll last. Just buy it, and you've got it then. And if there's any inflation next year, you know, you've already beaten it. Say things go up, which forecast there's a bit of inflation coming along in Bulgaria. So if I get like all the toilet rolls now, which they're quite reasonable at the moment, but I can't quite get my head around, because they're very, very clever with toilet rolls. They put like 24 or 30, then 32, and it's hard to work out what per roll. Well, it isn't, but like, you know, when you're on the move and you're not going to every shop, that's what I should do. I should just take a note in every shop, and because we have these, like, they call them Chinese shops. They're like thrift stores, you know. I think they call them in America, the USA. And they have all these things, but you've got to, you think, well, I'll compare that with the other shop, but like, I always forget what it is. So I've got to get better at the. I know what tins of beans should be automatically, but the way they pack these, like kitchen rolls, and how big they are, and all that. You know, it's like, it takes a bit of a. It's like a code, and they're very good at that type of stuff, aren't they? So I'm going to stock up. The one thing I can't ever stock up on, really, is alcohol, because I just drink it all. I can't. You know, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. So that's. I can't be done. Because you know, you've got to have times where you don't have any, and if it's there, it's a temptation, isn't it? You know. So I'll also stock up on all the tins, all the spices, and anything that'll keep for 6-12 months, and maybe a load of curry powders as well, and well, that's included in the spices, really. And anything that I can stock up on, and I've got to go and I've got to get my mind into gear for stocking up now, because I tend to, like, I'll get like 3 3 tins of, say, chopped tomatoes, but I've used 2 of them by the end of the week, and I only go to town now twice a month. So I've got to stock up, even if it looks a lot in the trolley. And people actually have actually said to me sometimes, "That's a big trolley full of stuff." Because when you get a load of offers, that's it. If I'm going to use the stuff and if it's on offer, goes in the trolley. And one old guy said the other week, he said, that's a like, not being nasty. He was like, "That's a healthy looking trolley full of gear." I said, "Oh, I've got a lot of friends, big family." Yeah. But so I've got to consciously do that and get more of other things like, tea lights. I've got plenty of them, but you need plenty more. This is the thing. It always looks like you've got loads of stuff, and then if you don't go to shop for like a month, it's all gone. It's all gone. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing over the next week or so, and there'll be a load of offers, won't there, after Christmas? I'm hoping anyway. Get out there, but when all the people are like all full of food and pigged out, I'll be in the shop buying all the leftovers, Okay, cheers.